Hi, yeah, back again. Yeah, so we were looking at that scenario of the guy running up the hill with the wolves chasing him, and his body's under intense stress, and he gets the adrenaline and he gets the cortisol levels really high, so he can physically survive. Um, when people are doing CrossFit, they say they push themselves so hard they pass out or they piss themselves and shit themselves and stuff like that. The idea is just to push your body beyond any, beyond any mental level that you thought was possible. Um, and that's why these people have these problems. And there's something else as well. I heard a lady talking about the dangers of CrossFit. There's a condition called rhabdomyolysis, if I'm pronouncing it rightly, and it's a condition where if the body is pushed so hard, what can happen is when it's burned all resources, say like carbohydrates, within your body, within your muscles, it will in the end start to actually break down and catabolize your own muscle. Um, so your body will go through like a catabolic, literally eating your muscle up to use it as fuel, as an emergency. But the problem is when that happens, certain amino acids or other things in the blood are poisonous. So you actually poison your own body when you do that, when these muscle cells break down. Maybe when they release the hemoglobin, or I don't know, something like that. But basically, you poison yourself. So you can have kidney failure, you can have a heart attack, or you can have liver failure, internal organ failure. It's quite highly likely unless you get immediate medical attention. And if you do survive, you may be disabled. The muscle that broke down may never ever get its full function back. It may be half a muscle or no muscle, so you could be wheelchair bound and your arms won't work. And you wonder how is this happening to people that are just working out in a gym? Again, your body doesn't know what you're doing. It just assumes that you're in danger and that you need to do this. The reason why I'm mentioning this, I mean, that's an extreme level, but the cortisol level is detrimental to testosterone levels. Guys that are under a lot of stress, like say you get a guy in the middle of his life, has a bad marriage, he's going through a really bad divorce, paying lots of money, trying to see his children, had to move out the house. He's fit, he can't sleep. He's because of it, doesn't have any energy, feels low, feels depressed, feels frightened all the time, feels nervous, he feels anxious, and suffering from panic attacks, anxiety. He's probably got super high cortisol levels because even though he's not physically asserting himself, his body's stressed, and your body doesn't know the actual logical reason as to why, but you still go through this inner process, this hormonal balance in your body, and in a prolonged period it will lower your testosterone rapidly, and apparently to the point where you're not producing even half the daily amount as you should. So CrossFit can possibly do that as well. So here's another thing: they're pushing all these exercise, but again, in order for, let's just focus on guys here, in order for us to be to work properly and be balanced, it's a state of action and non-action, right? We have to get that balance met. So it's a fine kind of pendulum swing of action and non-action, going to the gym and hitting it and getting it right and backing off, then getting some R&R and some food and some rest. So if you get that balance right, you can really do yourself a load of good when it comes to hormonal health. With resistance training and some cardio and a good diet of organic meats, eggs, organic vegetables, organic fruits, and things like that if you can. So these are kind of solutions I'm talking about here. Instead of going down that road and turning to drugs, because as I said, I was just fishing through YouTube and I just see see it everywhere. And then they're mainly young guys, like in their 20s, and they're thinking, you know, this is a good idea. And I mean, you know, if they're like 20, 25, or even 18, some of them are 15. But let's say they're 20 and they're a student and they've got a loan and they've got some money and they've got some time. They've got a gym around the corner, getting a degree, and they're thinking, why not just dabble in this stuff? And then, you know, years down the line, they may end up being dependent upon it when their own hormonal levels have shut down. You know, and this, as I said, I think functions as a male pill, because I don't think that. I think that the powers that be don't want us having children, especially European people, white European males. They don't really want us reproducing anymore. Otherwise, the falling fertility rates that are happening will be on the news everywhere, and they'll be trying to fix it, but they're not. And so I think steroids are like a male pill. That's the main effect. And then the side effects are the temporary bigger muscles, until you realise that your own hormones are shut down and you have to go to your doctor. And you know, when you know, you can't actually get it off the street, you'll have to go to the doctor, and maybe that's why they're going to legalise it, you know. So there's food for thought, and there's kind of health solutions here to empower you, you know, if you want to listen. My videos are a little controversial, and I don't get many views, I don't get many likes, and that's fine, because I'm not here for the masses of people. There's just maybe one or two people that want to take this advice and go with it, you know. My videos, I guess they kind of touch a lot of topics. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.